Good evening and welcome to MAMI Television Primetime English News. I'm Loving Rimai giving you the latest news update. Superintendent of Police Imphal West District Police Ketrimuyum Shivakanta has said the police have arrested a cadre of a new underground organization along with documents of the organization. Addressing the media during a press conference held today at the conference hall of SP Imphal West, Superintendent of Police, Imphal West District Police, Shivakanta said, last month the police received information about the activities of a new underground organization who has been demanding money from media firms and government-affiliated institutions, hospitals and educational institutions. After compiling the reports gathered by technical and human intelligence, they narrowed the whereabouts of the cadre at Gwakaitil Harakchambi area. A team led by the OC of Imphal West Commando conducted a search operation at some suspected houses at Gwakaitil Harakchambi near the community hall. During the search, the team found an unknown at a rented house of Samjatsabam Nandalal. The person was identified as Wahengbam Paikomba, alias Yohenba Mangang, 30, son of late W. Imoja of Gumbi Mayai Lekai. On preliminary questioning, he disclosed himself as the finance secretary of the organization. They recovered 99 letterheads, 4 demand letters signed by him, 1 laptop, along with Korean, Bangladesh, Thailand, and Myanmar currency notes from him, Shivakanta said. He further disclosed that he had served demand letters for the organization to 40 government-affiliated colleges under Manipur University, RIMS, Jenims, Medical Health Services, and Ayush. Investigation is going on to arrest his associates at the earliest, he added. Shivakanta further said the arrested person has been handed over to Imphal Police Station for further investigation.
Wahengbam Paikomba Elias Yohen Mangang 30 years, son of late W. Imocha Singh of Kumbi, May Lekai, Aduga Hojina Tamja Sabam Nandalagi, Magi Barada Liba, Aduga, Kolik Haibasi Man, the same many Habasi, Koyamna, clear in a Kangbanga Med, Mahakna, Manipur de Liba, Koles Nifuda, post office through the demand letter shop, Sima Dum Taure Habakangi, Aduga different government institutions, health key labor institutions, Maya Mama, print and electronic media sing the su, monetary demand, Amasung threat Tawe Habasi. Integration to Masida ina Manipur Liba Chin now sing the hygienic basi. Any sumain information trade like a demand like Haidunasu, Pakatana Kotana, Pesa Pitok Bokotokpa, Tobiganu, Adum Bakarium Taurum Bataragadi, Adusu, Pitom Bagi, for your iron Gimatungina, Sugumba organization the Mateng Pang, Haiduna, Lokopam Tokpa, Aing Tabasu Koina, Lokolakumatamda, Isaisana, victim Mamo in the Sul Ogani Edoga, Aingi Tong the Suyang, Bada, Aran Batagani.
On the other hand, a team of Imphal Police Station has arrested a man for allegedly flashing his private parts to schoolgirls yesterday. The accused has been identified as Lampoklakpam Shidal, 28, son of late El Kumar of Gwakaitil, Gonjeng Lekai. Addressing the media persons in this regard, SP of Imphal West District Shivakanta said the accused, who came in a Honda Activa with no registration number, parked his bike in front of Keshamtong Girls High School around 9:30 last morning. A report came in that the accused flashed his private parts and made vulgar gestures to the schoolgirls who were standing by the roadside. Soon after receiving the report, a team of Imphal Police Station led by OC and Inocha launched a manhunt and looked up the footages of CCTV cameras installed in the area. The CCTV footage later led to the arrest of Chital from his residence at Gwakaitil Gonjeng Lekai around 6:30 last evening. An FIR has been registered against him at Imphal Police Station, SP Shivakanta informed. He further maintained that police will not remain silent and will take swift against any form of crime against women. Recently, a man who misbehaved and molested a girl on the street in broad daylight has also been arrested, he mentioned, stating that it is high time parents and guardians taught their sons on how to treat women. He expressed the need for schools and colleges to educate the students on crime against women. Urging the people to not hide such incidents of crime and report them to the police, SP Shivakanta asserted that police will not be lenient without anyone committing such heinous crime and that the police is committed to women's safety.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯁꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯏꯖꯠ ꯇꯧꯅ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯁꯣꯁꯥꯏꯇꯤ ꯑꯃꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯝ ꯑꯦꯒꯦꯟꯁ ꯋꯨꯃꯦꯟ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯈꯨꯠ ꯁꯥ ꯁꯥꯡꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯐꯥꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯖꯦꯜꯗ ꯍꯥꯞꯆꯤꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯂꯩꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯖꯦꯜꯗ ꯊꯝꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯟꯗꯛꯀꯤꯁꯨ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯏꯀꯨꯏ ꯀꯨꯏꯗꯅ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯄꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯆꯤꯟ ꯏꯅꯥꯎꯁꯤꯡ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯄꯦꯔꯦꯟꯁꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯃꯤꯠꯌꯦꯡ ꯌꯦꯡꯒꯅꯤ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯗꯤꯒꯅꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯐꯦꯃꯤꯂꯤ ꯂꯦꯁꯟ ꯑꯃꯃꯝ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯦꯔꯦꯟꯁꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯇꯝꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯜꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯅꯨꯄꯤꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯀꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯇꯒꯤ ꯊꯝꯖꯒꯦ
NCD Cell District Health Society Thoubal today observed the World Heart Day 2022 at the conference hall of Thoubal District Hospital at Kangabo. The day was observed under the theme Use Heart for Every Heart. Chief Medical Officer CMO of Thoubal, Dr. Y. Noku, Deputy Medical Superintendent of District Hospital Thoubal, and Special Pediatrician Dr. Y. Ruhini Kumar, and District Program Manager, District Health Society Thoubal, CH Basanta were the presidium members of the observance. Speaking on the occasion, CMO of Thoubal, Dr. Y. Nokul said, heart-related diseases are on the rise owing to less physical exercise and consumption of junk food. As heart circulates blood for the whole day, we must take good care of the heart, Nokul said. As part of the observance, health checkup on LFT, KFT, lipid profile, RBS, HTN, ECG, pulse rate, oxygen level, temperature, and heart screening tests were done. President Draupadi Murmu said that the development of Assam was very important for the overall development of India, expressing happiness that the infrastructure of the state and the northeast were being upgraded to make the common people's life easier. President Murmu, who is on the two-day tour to Assam, stressed that rail, road and water connectivity in the entire northeast was being upgraded to give the required boost to the development graph of the region. Assam's development is very important for the overall development of India, she said while speaking at a civic reception in Guwahati. The president highlighted that India's international connectivity through the northeast enhanced under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Praising the Assam Tea, President Murmu said it was of utmost importance to work for the development of the families of tea garden workers. She expressed happiness on his maiden visit to Assam as a president, adding that she would pray for the prosperity of the people at Kamakhya Temple on Friday morning. The Supreme Court has issued an interim order on the Manipur High Court's verdict that set aside the election of NPF nominee Dr. Lorho SP Fuzzer as outer Manipur Lok Sabha MP over the alleged error in his nomination paper in 2019. With the apex court order, all the benefits and privileges of an MP will continue to remain with Dr. Lorho except that he will not have voting rights in the parliament. In his Facebook post, MP Fuzzer welcomed the order of the top court and thanked everyone for keeping his faith. Earlier, a single bench of the Manipur High Court had quashed the election of Dr. Lorho as MP of the 2 Outer Manipur Parliamentary Constituency in the 17th Lok Sabha election for filing a false affidavit and declared BJP's Holim Shoghopao Mate alias Benjamin Mate as the new elected MP for the seat reserved for the scheduled tribes. Challenging the verdict of the Manipur High Court, MP Lorho moved the apex court recently. In the 2019 Lok Sabha election, Lorho won with 3,63,527 votes and Benjamin stood second with 2,89,745 votes. Let's take a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Dr. Helena Optometric College North AOC Imphal के academic session 2022-23 के admission हौजरे program offer Bachelor of Optometry specialties दा मटिक चारवा infrastructure गलोइनना secure campus spacious classroom अमदी well maintained library meritorious students सिंगी special fee concession अमदी scholarship well qualified dedicated अमदी experience लेरबा ओजा सिंगना ताकपी तंबीगनी नुपा मचा अमदी नुपी मचा की secure अमदी separate hostel Dr. Helena Eye Hospital and Institute Daily training की खुदों चाबसु लेगनी लोइनना course असी हेक लोइबका India अमदी अवॉर्डा चादा चामा job placement लेगनी अकुपा मरोल की दमक 9774065535 ता contact you.
Welcome you all to Unako Residential School at Chanum, Imphal East. an exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus, will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
We're back with the national news update after the break. The Supreme Court today directed the Rajasthan government to pay compensation to children orphaned by COVID-19 within 2 weeks. A bench of Justices M.R. Shah and Sudhanshu Dhulia also ordered the state government to furnish particulars to the State Legal Service Authority with respect to rejected applications of payment of ex gratia assistance within 2 weeks. It asked the Rajasthan State Legal Services Authority to look into these applications and take appropriate decisions within 4 weeks thereafter. The Rajasthan government informed the top court that 191 children who became orphans due to COVID have been paid ex gratia out of total number of 718. The Supreme Court had earlier expressed concern over the fake claims being made for securing ex gratia of 50,000 rupees meant for the families of those who died due to COVID, saying it had never visualized that the relief can be misused. Election dates for Himachal Pradesh were announced today. Polling in the state will take place on November 12 and the counting will take place on December 8. Meanwhile, the Election Commission did not announce the dates for Gujarat elections. Back-to-back rallies and visits by top leaders, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, have set the stage for the crucial elections in the two BJP-ruled states. The term of the Gujarat Assembly ends on February 18, while that of Himachal Pradesh ends on January 8. The Election Commission officials recently visited both the states to review election preparedness. The Gujarat Assembly has 182 seats with 92 as the majority mark and Himachal Pradesh has 68 assembly seats with 35 as the majority. The Supreme Court today said it would examine on December 6 whether a batch of pleas challenging laws permitting funding of political parties through the electoral bond scheme should be referred to a larger bench. A bench of Justices B.R. Gavai and B.V. Nagaratha said this is an important matter and sought assistance of the Attorney General and Solicitor General in the matter. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta submitted before the bench that the methodology of receiving money through electoral bonds is very transparent. Electoral bonds have been pitched as an alternative to cash donations made to political parties as part of efforts to bring transparency in political funding. The top court was hearing the PILs by NGO Association for Democratic Reforms, Communist Party of India and other petitioners. Advocate Prashant Bhushan, appearing for the NGO on April 5, had mentioned the matter before the then CGI N.V. Ramana, saying the issue was critical and needed an urgent hearing. India recorded a single-day rise of 2,678 new COVID-19 cases with 10 deaths in the last 24 hours, pushing its tally to 4.46 crore, while the count of active cases has increased to 26,583 according to Union Health Ministry data. The death count, however, rose to 5.28 lakh with the fresh fatalities. The count of active cases now comprises 0.06% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate has increased to 98.76%, the Health Ministry said. An increase of 74 cases has also been recorded in the active COVID-19 caseload in a span of 24 hours, the data showed. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 1.13% and the weekly positivity rate at 1.07% according to the ministry. Meanwhile, the number of COVID people who have recuperated from the disease surged to 4.40 crore, while the case fatality rate was recorded at 1.19%. On the other hand, according to the ministry, 219.21 crore doses of vaccines have been administered in the country under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive. Moving on to the international news, with Ukraine steadily recapturing territory occupied by Russian forces in the east and south, a worried Moscow has promised free accommodation to residents of the partially occupied Kherson region to tempt them to flee to Russia. Russian Deputy Prime Minister Marat Kusnelin made the announcement after the Russia-backed leader of Kherson, where Ukrainian troops have mounted a spirited counterattack in recent weeks as the Kremlin to organize an evacuation from 4 cities in the region. The first civilians fleeing from Kherson were due to arrive in Russia's Rostov region on Friday. Kherson is one of the 4 Ukrainian territories illegally annexed by Russia through sham referendums held last month. The 3 other annexed regions are Donetsk, Luhansk, and Zaporizhia. Over the past several weeks, Moscow has lost some of these areas again, but still controls around 90,000 square kilometers, mostly in the Donbas area and in the southeast of Ukraine. Before we wrap up with today's bulletin, the headlines once again. And that is the end of today's English Primetime News Bulletin. Stay tuned to MAMI Television for more updates.
iPhone gi mapu oibiu iPhone gi mapu oibiu lakliba October gi tang kunmari nungthil pung ama taba matamda sumnatagi lupa chama khaktana iPhone gi mapu oibiu thamjariba pricing first price iPhone 13 Pro Max second price iPhone Mini 12 128GB third price iPhone SE 2022 128GB amasung consolation price oina miyoi kunthra da lupa chamnga pizagani ticket agent oibiningba singna lemna ticket tara amadi lupa lising manga gi mathakta fangbagi khudongchaba pizari ticket fangfam sing Sur Pharmacy Malom Bazar Sanatombi Store Malom Bazar Pan 150 Waheng Lekai Mobile Dukan Ipak Offset Praise opposite Shanghai Express amasung FSC office Kangabam Lekai near Vaiko Hotel Panthoibi Pharmacy Lamphel near Lamjingba Hospital Sorzini Hotel Moirang near Maibia Gas Infal College Gate Dukan Amu Dukan amasung Bembem Wholesale Dukan Patsoi Part 1 Draw Otfam Kaisampat Lemazam Lekai Community Hall WhatsApp ki khuthangda ticket booking tawbagi khudongchaba pizari akupa marol gidamak pizariba number sida contact tobiu 8787573129 Dr. Care App Dr. Care App miyam gi ana laing gi lamda khudongchana naba Dr. Care haiba app ase sizinabiduna adom gi darkar oiba doctor adu hanna appointment lobagi khudongchaba pizari Aikoiga partner oina chatminariba hospital sing asigidamak hana chatlaga ming iba queue lepa doctor yengba fangdabagi awaba leiraroi ngasimak download tawiduna kanaba si lobiu miyam gidamak Dr. Care App
Mangarak Suba Langbal Kaichen DS Enterprises Kaisamthong presents Disneyland Mela Kam Expo. How Kiba September Tang Taratruk English Singeri Kunganito. Numida Sidigi Leptana Satajar. Loina Miyamgi Yangjaduna, October Gitang Taratur Pauba, Chatajagadori. Numidumba Pung Tarani Toidigina, Numidangi Pung Mapan Pauba, Hapta Kangjebungda Pangtukchari. Thailand, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan Amadi, Nepal. Hari Balebak Singh Amadi, India ki state Kulomdagi, Product Lising Mangagi Matakama Pamasida, Panghanjari. Miyamgi Yangjaduna October Gitang Tarataruk Pauba, Sangdokchari. DS Enterprises Kaisamthong present Disneyland Mela Kam Expo 5th Langbal Kaiche sungsoi soidana